Hello, my name is Lee Chandler. I'm a mediator, and I'm here to help you have a more peaceful life. For the past few months, I've been learning how to communicate with a parakeet. His name is Martini. He's on the other side of the room. I wish he could be in this video with me, but he's not quite tame enough yet. And the way I have been training him to communicate with me is using this little clicker. It makes that noise, and you press the clicker when he does something that you like, and then you give him a treat, and he learns that that noise means that he did the right thing. It's easy to see how communicating with a bird would require some pretty serious work, because you don't have any language in common with a bird. But sometimes we give that common language a little too much credit in our communication with other humans. Even though we're using the same words, and we probably agree about their general definitions, there's a lot going on under the surface that we don't always think about. There's what you say, and then there's what the other person hears, and what they hear is influenced by all of their other experiences. A word that's neutral to you could have a good or bad association for another person. An idea that you find inspiring might make someone else feel stressed out or attacked, and something that motivates you might make them curl up into a ball and not want to interact. Your friendly behavior might look unfriendly to someone else, or flirty, or aggressive. You just don't know. So here are 3 things to watch out for if you want to make sure that you're really speaking the same language when you communicate with other people. First, what words and images do they use when they talk to you? Pay attention to how the other person talks. You don't have to copy them, but notice their preferences and adapt. Things to look for are words that they use repeatedly, whether they describe things with certain imagery or maybe they don't use much descriptive language at all, whether their speech is very direct or very indirect, whether they use a lot of words or very few words. Observing how they communicate will let you adjust how you communicate so that you're speaking their language. In order to do this effectively, you need to get them talking first, if possible. By investing some time in listening and observation, you'll put yourself in a better position to communicate well when it's your turn. Second, notice how they're reacting, verbally and non-verbally, to what you're saying. You can tell a lot about how your words are affecting another person by continuing to carefully observe after you start talking. Take the time to pause and pay attention to them after you speak. You'll notice if certain words or phrases are making them flinch, making them withdraw, making them defensive, and you can adjust. If they respond to something you said in a way that doesn't make sense to you, for example, you were being perfectly nice and they reacted like you called them a name, that's an indication that you're not speaking their language. Try something else. And third, what assumptions lurk behind their words and behind your words? We're all making assumptions all the time. Be aware of that in every conversation. When someone agrees or disagrees with something that you said, they could be adding a lot of unspoken assumptions that you know nothing about. And you're probably doing the same thing, even though you think that you aren't. So clarify to make sure you're on the same page. Check to make sure the other person understood what you said and volunteer your understanding of what they've said anytime you suspect that assumptions might be hiding underneath what's actually being said. Being aware of these things will make you a better communicator. And if it doesn't, consider one of these. It's working pretty well with the bird.